Smarter big, let's get it. I was flat as a board, in the mirror stare. Dreamed of curves that turn heads, make them stop and glare. Saved up stacks for the doc, went from tiny to EE. Now I'm flaunting these twins, feeling wild and free.
Emotional rush, confidence on high. But fools judge hard, say it's all a lie. Psychological flip, I'm loving the glow. But danger lurks if they flop, oh no!
We pump it up, from small to grand size. Bags of boobs, we all chase the prize. Swagger hits hard, but the haters don't quit. We pump it up, and we own that shit.
Started with panties, small bags in the game. Frustrated as hell, market's driving me insane. Accumulate slow, turn crumbs into cake. Now my wallet's busting, make the doubters quake.
Own that shit. Emotional high, pride swelling my chest. But folks call it foolish, say I'm obsessed. Psychological trap, I'm addicted to the win. But market's a beast, 50-50 spin. We pump it up, from small to grand size. Bags of boobs, we all chase the prize. Swagger hits hard, but the haters don't quit. We pump it up, and we own that shit. Show 'em off proud, but the stairs feel weird. Danger in the glow, what I always feared.
Flaunt that wealth, but the crash could bite. 50-50 gamble, day or night.
Emotional roller, psychological game. We chase the increase, but it's never the same. We pump it up, from small to grand size. Bags of boobs, we all chase the prize. Swagger hits hard, but the haters don't quit. We pump it up, and we own that shit. Smarter big done. Smarter big done. Smarter big done. Smarter big egg done.
Yo, chase the jugs in the jingle. Here we go. Chasing boobs at the bar, tripping over my shoes. Crypto charts got me yelling, I'm rich, lose the blues. Spill my beer, ogle in the rack, face plant on the floor. But I dip, thought I'd retire, now I'm broke to the core. Good haul, traded pajamas for a Lambo dream. Good bounce, booms, jiggle, I'm lost in the steam. But the market dumps, wallet screams, cha-ching, gone. Fake pair to flakes with a boing, I'm done. Chase them jugs and jackpots, brains out the door. Pump that cash in cleavage, drooling on the floor. Stumble like a clown, laughing at my flop. Chase them jugs and jackpots, can't make it stop. Stack that dough and stare, riding hype while ride. Cocky as a peacock, eagles my guide. Chase them jugs and jackpots, falling in a heap. Risky laughs, erupt, what a hilarious leap. Hustling trades with a pizza box, genius on the couch, boob gazing at the gym. Slipped into a slouch, good score. Flipped a Doge coin for a steak feast. Good peak, caught a glimpse. Tripped over a beast, bad crash, market tanks. I'm eating ramen tears, bad stare. Bouncer boots me out, deaf to my cheers. Think I'm a wizard, bragging by my flair. Trip over my ego, let it in air. Chase them jugs and jackpots, brains out the door. Pump that cash in cleavage, drooling on the floor. Stumble like a clown, laughing at my flop. Chase them jugs and jackpots, can't make it stop. Stack that dough and stare, riding hype while ride. Cocky as a peacock, eagles my guide. Chase them jugs and jackpots, falling in a heap. Risky laughs erupt, what a hilarious leap. Market burps, coins vanish with a ding. Boob sag, hear that boing spring. Delusions my dance, risks my jest. Rolling with the giggles, a comical quest.
Chase them jugs and jackpots, brains
coins out the door. Check the charts, Google the rack.
Viral hoots were the laughing pack.
Boobs and crypto haters take the smack. Gliding through the X feed, saw a corner caught my eye. Shiller's whispered sweet, swore it's heading to the sky. Moving fast, no looking back, let FOMO take the wheel. Bet my stack, thought I'd roll the riches, what a deal. Slow trade, take it easy now. Slow trade, take it easy now. Don't you rush or you'll lose your shine. Slow trade, keep it cool, take your time. Coin was cruising high like a caddy in the night. X was humming moon, had me feeling out of sight. Leverage to the stars, no stop, lost to God my play. Hard old heart, thought I'd ride to glory, come what may. Slow trade, take it easy now.
Dang, I broke my drumstick.
Take it easy now.
Like a little cowbell.
Don't chase that shiller's line. Slow trade, keep your cash, you'll be
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the turkey. Give.
Rug pull struck like lightning, crashed my dreams in one swift hit. Charts burned down to nothing, left me stranded in the pit.
Hey, you know what time it is? It's gobble gobble time. Gobble gobble, get it? Gobble gobble time.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome to the stream, everyone. Good to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. You're watching Road Dog Crypto, and I am a turkey, a featherless, golden brown, succulent, buttery, dripping, juicy turkey, giving you the alpha on crypto tonight. Yep, coin seems to be doing pretty good as far as the other coins today. Kind of a little disappointment there. And of course, results from the tricky behavior that we've had on Bitcoin today. I think last night when we left the stream, we were somewhere testing this purple line here. That's about right, about that time. We might have dropped below it just a little bit. We found some support here. I'm on the 6-minute time frame with the Lucy line 800. And we came down. Now, this line was not there at that time. We were watching probably something a little bit more like this, which came down and did a bearish retest underneath it. Actually did another perfect retest right there. All the beauty of trend lines. If you just connect those little dots, man, they'll tell you so much about what's really going on right here. This I got from the angle that we had over here and drug it down here and had to cut through this little guy, but we seem to be in a big ass channel. Top of the channel is up around 113, a little higher there. Area of interest would be this next little target area, about 1205. We've been there before. It might be coming up for a double top, and we might lose this little guy. This is a bearish formation, a rising channel. They're typically bearish, but they can go either way, and it's even more fun if they go the wrong way, which it would be to the upside. Maybe we'll get that. Maybe we're just, if we zoom out a little bit more, it's always good to zoom out a little bit more. The little target we got over here, local target, a local 272 area on the OFIBs. It's a double top from this little area that we were at just a couple of days ago, meaning we're just kind of going sideways and hanging, while Bitcoin dominance, on the other hand, seems to be going up. What kind of effect does that have on altcoins when that happens? I got a little cheat sheet over here, right over here, that says, well, if Bitcoin dominance is going up, and if Bitcoin is stable, then altcoins are, well, they're sideways too. Maybe could be an accumulation on that chart. Yeah, that's a decent one to follow. That's probably the weakest argument that I got on there. All the other 5 ones where it goes up and down in altcoin season and all that definitely give you a more idea of what's going on. The accumulate. Oh, what the hell does that mean? Basically, you know, it could be a time when people are taking advantage and stocking up on some altcoins, but it's not great. It's not great. Usually, anytime the Bitcoin dominance is going up, like it is here on the 15-minute, and you can see that it's making a series of more than likely higher highs that we're trying to put in now. That's going to have a little bit of an effect on our juicy altcoins, where they're not just as juicy as a juicy turkey would be. Sorry, but hey, got the comparison out there. It may not be Christmas morning for altcoins for a little while as we get them playing some games, but some of them will pop off and some of them will do well. It's a good time to be taking profits when you can, and maybe the closer that we go up toward this area over here on Bitcoin dominance. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to go to the 4 hour now. Don't freak out. It's good to kind of see where we come from, and we lost a trend line. I'm going to tighten her up over here, bring her back over to these candle bodies over here. And the top of that trend line is definitely resistance. Also up there is the magical area of 60% and some extra, maybe a 618 Fibonacci area. All that means is that, you know, that's a good area that we could get rejected from and need to get rejected from there or before. And if we want this to turn into altcoin season, because I have not declared that, my altcoin season is not confirmed until we get to 50%, and an early confirmation or early hopeful area will be when we get down here to 55. That's what I'm going with. You don't have to go with that. Not everybody does. Some people have been calling altcoin season ever since March and April and May and June and July and August, and you know what we've seen is basically through those times that they've been calling those altcoin seasons. I mean, we've been seeing some pumps up, but every time we pump up on Total 3 doesn't mean it's altcoin season, ladies and gentlemen. Altcoin season is a nice little move up like that. That was like a mini altcoin season, I guess you could say. It's not even it's a rally. That's what I consider a rally. An altcoin season is like a shabuma. That's nice. That's nice. That's what we want to see, some big ass moves like that. That's a nice little gesture that it gave us back here from February 2024 to March of 2024. Actually, that's the best prices I've seen on a lot of the bags of altcoins I've got, even though we're higher now. Wonder what that means. Could that be all the other altcoins coming into the market since then over the past year? Because you know they're printing them out every day. A new token comes out, something new, something shiny. I'd say it has a little bit to do with it. Looks like you got a little channel idea going on right there, baby, if I'm seeing those angles correctly a little bit. I think that's kind of interesting. Could probably tighten this guy up a little bit. Oh, you go to that one, do you? Alrighty. On the bigger picture of things, we just kind of zoom out on Total 3. We are in a broadening, widening pattern, a megaphone pattern, if you will. Total 3 on the daily. And what I like about this is that after establishing these trend lines that tell us what's going on, better than trying to figure it out on a 5-minute time frame or anything else like that, chasing flags to the upside all the time, is to look at the bigger picture. It kind of tells you. And the fact that this one right here did not come back down to the bottom of the trend line, couple that with the other little things, these moving averages being in good order, and that being a bounce off of the 360 there. Ladies and gentlemen, what we got, in my personal opinion, is a nice little curving structure going on right here. If you can see that, that is what a parabolic move looks like. It's just on a bigger time frame, and it takes a little bit longer to play out. I'm still not calling this altcoin season, by the way, but a hella nice rally. So we could see altcoins go sideways for a while or even dip down for a little while, but there's some hints that this little curved area that has been holding could hold again, and then from here we can get a nice move, and it points the direction has been toward the top of this expanding channel, and that takes us up to about $1.5 trillion. And well, that should make us happy if we were to get anything like that, wouldn't it? And so right now we're just in a little kind of awkward stage of the market right now, especially being in September, and historically one of the worst months ever, sideways, and oh my god, and just getting people caught up, and market makers just taking advantage of every little move. But here on the daily, I just want to look at this green cloud that we're hovering above. Now the good thing is that we're not touching it, we're not in it, because when we do kind of come down and touch it, it kind of sucks us into it, right? And then it kind of spits us out on the other side. That's what you'll always hear me say about it. That's what I never want to see, because that happens a lot, and it can take a, you know, it take a lot. It can even fake you out over here. Oh, we're going to bounce off of it, but then we went right down through it. That was sneaky. I'm just telling you, that was underhanded, market makers. I remember that. You gave us that little Batman pattern thing. The thing with the big shoulders and the tiny little head in between. You gave us that little guy, and that's never a nice one to see. I'm scared of them guys. I have PTSD when I see those now, because that was the sign that I ignored on Total 3 back in March of 2024. That would, man, if I'd executed my portfolio, if I'd sold everything then, oh wow, that would have been the right move for this cycle. That would have been the move. Lambo would already be here, but no, I didn't. So that was an expensive lesson to learn, but hopefully we'll get back to those numbers again. It's kind of weird now how we're above that, and I'm not. My bags ain't back up there. Yeah, that was a very educational time for me. Learn not to ignore them signs, especially that weekly MACD, baby. That weekly MACD, which happens to be showing some signs of weakness here on Total 3. I just got to get that out of there. This is what it looked like on Bitcoin before, you know, when we were up somewhere around 127,000. It started looking like that, you know, losing it to 120 or 125, where we were. We started losing it a little bit. That's what MACD started looking like on Bitcoin. And then it finally crossed over. And Bitcoin is like, oh my God, is it over? Is it over? Let me come over to Bitcoin on the weekly and look at the MACD over here. Yeah. So as far as altcoins go, we are right here where it's starting to turn over, give us those first little histograms. Like, uh-oh, there could be a problem here. There's getting some weakness in the market. So we wait for the cross to confirm it, but just like on Bitcoin. But the times to de-risk and really kind of make a plan to, you know, the signs saying, hey man, take as much profit as you can now. We're here with this histogram, in my personal opinion, and definitely on or at or after the cross. But usually the bad thing about it is when the weekly gives you that signal, you usually have already experienced some downside and you feel like you're just selling the bottom. It just feels like that. But you do get some chances, you know, as this crosses, like on Bitcoin, where we get a little upward action. It's not all straight down, and that's what we've been getting out of Bitcoin lately. I'm going to come back to Bitcoin now and look on the 24-minute or something like that, just so we can see that going on over here. You know, so we started crossing to the downside over here where it kind of made a local bottom. If you had went off of that weekly MACD, you would have got bearish AF, and in fact, a lot of people did. There were a lot of the bigger names calling for official shorts over here. And of course, different story now. YouTube is kind of fickle. Any green day, and you have time, you have a green day. Everybody's, let's go into the moon. Anytime that you have a, let me get that off of there. Anytime you have a red day, well, they're ready to call, you know, bear market. And we can entertain those ideas, but a lot of people just, I mean, they sell it really well. I mean, a beginner could be really caught up. One of the first things you got to do is get a grasp of your emotions, and it gets easier. The more you get slapped around, the more, you know, you get used to being slapped around, and you know, you get punched so many times it doesn't hurt as much, and you're not scared of getting punched anymore. And so you learn to roll with those punches and things like that. But for the new people, man, it can be an emotional roller coaster, and putting too much money out there, putting too much on leverage if they're using leverage, money they can't afford to lose. They might have rent due next week, but yet they're piling up crypto on their dang credit cards, just making all kinds of stupid decisions, going into debt when they're already up to their ears in debt, and getting caught up, or even worse, getting caught up with some grifter here on YouTube, suckering you in for a portion of what you're trying to put into the market to make money, only for you to learn just to spoon feed you these little bitty strategies and tell you it's going to take you about 4 years under their tutelage to really kind of get to where they are, figure this thing out to where you're half-assed good at it. I'm telling you, that's a bunch of bull crap. Just hang around here and other channels that I mentioned, such as we got some good people that I also recommend. Joe from Trade Intuition over here, go check him out. He's always streaming. I like Joe. Joe is a very sensible trader. You need what he teaches. He gives you those foundational nuggets of wisdom and explains his mindset on here, what he's thinking in the market and trade setups on that. He even puts out trade setups and everything. But his system is a level to level. It's not how I trade. Typically, I trade a lot of different ways. I use whatever method works for whatever I see. And sometimes that gets a little risky, and I get a little degen, and some of you might be like that, and that's probably why we click a little bit. Joe's a little bit more conservative approach, but that keeps you, there's a reason for that, and that keeps you into the trend. You get in when the things are going good, and you get to continue that more than some of the risky plays that, you know, I do. I'm just saying, but Joe's a good source of good knowledge and good alpha, and also Meet Demon's another one over here. And he does some sometimes he has some open trades and some live trading over there, but I've seen him when I watch his streams, he would be talking about why he did it, and that's so important. A lot of times you're watching people out here and they're saying, look, it's this shape and I'm in. Oh yeah, because I know this is, and oh no. you get all the flip-flopping and all that stuff without really knowing why exactly did you get in. I mean, what was your trigger? Did you have a trigger? Oh, you didn't even tell us that we needed a trigger. Okay, well, you know, the people I'm trying to point you at over here are giving you the little things that you need to know. And Meet Damon explains his thought process and behind his trades and what made him do it. It's just good. Him and Joe both are really good for that. Great sources of places for alpha over there, people. 25 people hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being here. We will get in. Oh, snap!
For those of you out there who've been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
That's all I'm asking, Elvis. Just knock. Sean. Security. We're drinking some good ass, not coffee. It's chicory. I still stay up too late at night. Oh well. So what's Bitcoin doing? You got a breakout. That was cool. It broke out and then came back in. That kind of sucked. I'm gonna. What time frame on? 24 minute. I don't freak out. Okay, so if you're just tuning in or if you've been following me, you know, I will dance around on time frame. I use a multi-time frame approach, and how that basically works for you that may not be familiar, because, you know, when you're first learning this, a lot of stuff is coming at you at once, right? And even if you've been in it for a few months, you're like, what? Why is that? I never heard of that. So I try to explain some things as I can. The bigger time frames give you the overall roadmap of what we're doing. And then the smaller time frame, we got mid time frames, which I don't leave them to the side. So bigger time frames, monthly, weekly, even the daily. Midterm time frames, 12 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, somewhere through there. Smaller term time frames, 1 hour down to 15, and even smaller than that, down to 16, 1 minute or whatever. They have their own little place, right? And there's various ways to use them. But starting from the top ones, getting your overall game plan from your bigger ones, and then executing on a smaller time frame. You see something's going good on the daily or the weekly. We come down to the smaller time frames, work our way down to the 4 hour, something like that, down to the 1 hour. Then we look for, do we need to wait for an entry? A lot of times, yeah. And we find a smaller setup on that to jump in and get a better entry. But it's always going to be the bigger time frames that give us the best alpha for what's going on. And the smaller you go down, the more noise. And if there's a lot of noise, if there's a lot of yapping going on, there's a lot of lying going on and a lot of false information going on. So the more blah, blah, blah you got going on, the more mistaken that you can be. That's why I advocate for the bigger time frames to make your plans. All right, so I hope that makes sense. I always like to throw out something there. So we're making higher lows. That was a higher low. That was a juicy higher low. And I just always want to check out the fibbies there. That was a nice 618 little guy. So, I got some local areas to match up with you. Sweetness. Let me throw these little guys out there. We're on the way to, we're on the 24 minute though. Oh my gosh. What do we got? I'm basically looking for a 13.3 to get hit. We were there before and probably go a little higher. Now this little move here that we've got from there to there, and here's another way to get there, right there. All right, so the measured move from this bottom fib area there gives us 114,755. So I'm gonna keep a really good eye on that one. I like that idea. 114.7, can you do it? That would be a higher high here. From there, if we can get up there, however we get up there, I don't know. I don't pretend to know how many zigzags it takes to get up there or what we're going to do, because it just never works out the way I think. But playing to the pivot point, we should be getting, if this works out that way, which I'm playing it as it's going to, so higher high, and then we look for another higher low, which probably take us around this area. We can pivot out and be a little bit more specific, but come down. But if we can just keep doing that, then we're starting to build up this idea of, oh my gosh, we got another channel, a broadening channel, it appears. And there we go. If I had to paint out what I would think that it might be doing, it would look something like this. Will that happen? I think, that's what I see that it could happen. But we never know what's going to happen. So we always gotta lead in with that. But that's my take. I like what I'm seeing here on these moving averages, that we're starting to recover them. They're starting to turn around. Even on the smaller time frames, I believe we've already started seeing the flippening. No, it's just now starting to happen on the 6. It should have already happened on something like the 1 minute. The 1 minute is just now giving us the flippening. I need some flippening music's what I need. And simply what that is, that's my moving averages here. Now oh, that's the wrong ones. Oh no, not you, Elliot. I wasn't talking to you. Come on now. Gosh darn it. All right, so I use a basic 5 moving average strategy. And here we are on the 1 minute Degen time frame here. I got a 200, a 100, a 50, a 21, and a 9. The 9 just crossed over the 21, which is bearish. Price just lost to 50, which is a little bit more bearish than what you would want, but not a deal breaker. But anyway, I use those, but the biggest thing is that they flipped the order. Now they're in bullish order for the first time. Well, maybe not the first time. They did it over here too. But I believe it is the first time for the bigger ones that I use. And these have the bigger momentum. And this is the 360. This is the 666, and that is the 800. And right now, after this one, after Lucy, that's what I call the 666 devil moving average line there. After it crossed the 800, they are all in bullish consecutive order. And if there's anything that kind of leads me to think that maybe we got a a local bottom in, that would be one of the bigger confirmations that I would be looking for. But that's just one of the first signs. She did it over here too, but it wasn't the bottom. See? But that's a nice thing to look that we're confirming this area that we can still go higher for a little bit. Okay, so we're seeing that. And then as we start walking up these time frames, we can start seeing it slowly starting to happen on them too. They still have some things to work out on the 3 minute. Still got some things to work out over here on the 5 minute, but they're slowly starting to do it, right? And so I'm taking that as a good sign. And once we start making higher highs and higher lows, we are confirming a trend change. So we might have one, but we won't. It won't feel better about it until we get past this other one over here at 112.6. So I'm going to lay me a little line right across that little guy, and I'm going to color him gray so I'll know what he is. And that's the one that we got to knock out. So if we got any goal in mind, it's to come up and take this guy out. This is war, people. We need to go get him. Take him out of the game. And so, well, basically that's what we're doing. Trying to see if we can do that, and how many ups and downs does it take to get there? Because Bitcoin has been having lots of little ups and downs. Chewing people up is my personal opinion, and even some of my experience here. Getting stopped out a lot, getting stopped out in just a little bit of profit or in a little bit of loss, or especially them exchange fees that it says, oh look, if you put your stop loss here, you made this much money. But then after the trade you go look to see how much you made, and like, why is this like negative $3? Wasn't I supposed to be out like at exchange fees? Yeah. COINEX, you're kind of sneaky about, all of them are kind of sneaky about that, really. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me come over and say hello to everybody real quick, and then I'll start getting into some altcoins. I got a list of them to look at here, but if you got ones that you want me to take a look at, you can make a request. I'll put the little marker up into the chat. I believe it's right there. Submit your coin request for live analysis. Priority goes to members and super chats. And let me say hello to everybody here tonight. How are we doing, everybody? Good to have you here. 28 people hanging out with me. Well, thank you very much. Hey.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
Not about the kid.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Turkey don't feel like he's getting ready to kill over. Yeah. We got Silver Days XRP in the house. Welcome. Thank you for being first, my man. Congratulations. We've also... Those hand clappies are loud, aren't they? We've also got Duality C in the house. I see Jim B. Stars, who I think is still Soul. And Ave Medina. And we got Bullish on Parade. And let's see, who else have we got? OG1, is it that time again? It is that time again. A little cowbell. I got you, baby. What'd you wear your coat up? Yeah, I got you, baby. Little cowbell never hurt anything. Turn off the lights, it's turkey time. Abe says, lick the like. We got Justin Makasek. How's it going? Who's long? What are you trading? We'll see. And we got Mr. Miles. Oh, thanks for the... The little truck says not. It's not. It's not. The little truck says not financial advice. Man, I need to update this. I need to update my scene. I've been using this road thing for about 3 years, but I'm road dog. Or roadkill crypto during sometimes. Strega, how's it going, Strega? My OG right there. What's going on? And we got Meet Damien in the house. I gave you a shout out there earlier, Damien. You might have seen it. I'm kind of late to the chat. I see my people in the chat. Hey, glad to have you guys here. Thank you for hanging out with me. And we got our little record thing going there. Awesome. And I say, hey, is that Mark? Hey, we got Mark Dutch in the house. How's it going, Mark? Good to see you. And we got Melissa. Good to see you guys. All right, so I'm just lurking and enjoying the music. And we got Ryan K. Ryan K's asking for Peak and Jasmine. Let me just write those down real quick. All right, let's get into it. I got a lot of coins, and we got those that you guys are asking for, and I'm going to try to go through them quick. I'll try not to spend too much time getting caught up into teaching and all the fib work there. But I do want to take just one more look at Total 3 before we do that, because that kind of guides us, right? And we got a nice trend line there. Stemming from the very back, we got a 50 moving average. This is the daily chart, by the way. Above the Ichimoku cloud, great place for us to bounce and catch some traction, right? So we see that on the daily. We see we got a trend line above from these candle bodies to those candle bodies and somewhere midwick. There's also another little guy over here we can pull, and he dispels some resistance area about 1.08 trillion. We're at 1.03 trillion, which is a lot better than being at 940 million, no matter how you want to spin it. So we're at a great place that we could catch some traction and start seeing some upside. The only weird thing is we're heading into the weekend, so the market makers are starting to play their little games. We had a little bit of news come out, and tomorrow we got PPI month over month coming out. Blah blah blah. Yeah, they're going to do what they're going to do anyway. Unemployment rate, I think, was is it not coming? Was that for what the hell? Is that for tomorrow? Today? Tomorrow? For the 5th? For tomorrow? Unemployment rates will come out. Whatever. They like to do that, and only the way that I look at it is that market makers just love to flush everybody out on those days. It's not a great day for trading unless you're just trying to catch the market maker move. It's usually choppy AF. But let's come down to the 4 hour and see how we're reacting over here. No green 4 hour candles just yet. We're just testing that 200 moving average. That's a beautiful one to test. I like what I'm seeing. A little sliver of green on the Ichimoku cloud over there. Moving averages. We could come down lower. I hope we don't. That's a great place to bounce. I'm going to go from swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. We got a hanging around the 0.5. That's a great little area. I'm just going to put a little line here. You know, they're tomorrow. I don't know. Will they take us down, or are we going to bounce here off the 200? I would prefer to bounce off the 200 since we've been holding it. We'll come down to the 1 hour and see what it's saying. It's saying I kind of feel like bouncing. It's the 800 over here. If you see that, if you do the math, you can also kind of, 800 moving average or 200 moving average on the 4 hour. Divide that or multiply that by, well, whatever. You get an 800 moving average over here, right? So we are trying to make a double bottom pattern over here, a W, if you will. You can probably see it small, a bit better on a smaller time frame. Trying to do that. Got to clear that area at 1.04 trillion. See if we can keep on moving up there. So a little tricky, not confirmations yet, but she's trying. She's trying. It might take her a couple of, it might roll over before she goes up there. I'm just saying, she's showing a little bit of weakness there. Let's do it, baby. Come on, you can do this. You need to do this. So, but we can look for some good places to potentially catch some altcoins. I'm curious to see what they do on the weekend, and whether it's going to be a positive weekend for altcoins, that they're going to get us to try to bullshitly chase. That's usually what they try to do at some point during the weekend. Either scare the bejesus out of you, and then at one point start, trying to get you to chase or to sell everything in fear. Last Sunday, it was sell everything in fear. This Sunday might be different. They do like to switch things up. So we'll watch and pay attention to what they do tomorrow on a Friday, and don't trust it, is my advice. But right now, I want to take a look at this it's a meme coin, best I know. I think it's a meme coin. It's Vine. Let's see how it's doing. This is it at Kraken. Kraken. So all the way down to 6, and you're still at 6. You hadn't done it. Okay, zoom out. That was the problem. We didn't zoom out enough. So to me, you're still going sideways. What's the good news on you? You showed up on one of my screeners like you were doing something. I guess that little small candle on the 6 hours, that one is. I see nothing interesting here. Okay. Next, I mean, it's got some. It's saying it's trying to do something bullish here, but I don't see it getting very far. It's still in a bunch of chop. I don't see any good. Wow, man, I just got to get into that right now. I don't even like the way it's. I don't even like that at all. Okay, screw Vine. We're going to take a look quickly at Zora. Do we have anything going on with Zora? All right, Mixie's a pretty good one. To me, you lost this trend line, which was a rising channel. Did we ever take a measure move? Depends on how you want to do it. Oh my God. I'm unsubscribing. Surely it's not coming back to 3 cents. It's got a good chance to find some support at the 360 moving average. What's that, 6.4 cents? We're at 7 cents now for Zora. I was hoping to get something at 9. I remember seeing 9 come in on the TA and what we were looking at that time. She went down to that level and then, well, now a little bit lower. So how low can you go, Zora? I don't know that I'm going to keep these guys on there because she's made lower lows. So that kind of changes, kind of invalidates that. We go from swing low to swing high. We lost our 0.5. Let's start looking for this 0.061. See what we get there. If not, then I'm just going to go ahead and rip the band-aid off. We're looking for an 886. Likely this is where did you do this from though?
Waiting for the season, lost in crypto's gloom.
Oh, I didn't put you in the right space. Is that it? Actually, I'm getting just a little lower. I may not pull my fibs from where it did. But we could be making it's technically a bullish pattern, right? It's an M top, so it clears basically. But it appears to be that we might be in a harmonic thing. So we'll see what kind of reaction that we get here at the 618, because maybe it's not that, you know. But losing that trend line was no good, and we can even extend it over here and see that wherever we do bounce, that's going to be some resistance over there. But if this harmonic idea does play out, then you can definitely oh my gosh, a slow burn down to 0.023. So that's kind of the two things I'm looking at. It's a little late in the market for us to come back down here, you would think, for most of these coins, but I'd say there's a lot of people buying here, and I would say they've been distributing pretty well over there. All right, Zora looks interesting. Here's this M core, mean core, that I wish I'd got in on, but I didn't, because look at that. It came up and hit our magical target and is pivoting from there, and you're like, how did you know that? It was the magic of the Fibonacci. So, nailed it! Nailed it! Anyway. Well, that's crazy. Now what? Well, if and let's pull you out here, baby. Yeah, you did a full 1618 from here, baby. It's about time for you to come back and chill, even though it's got a really nice strong candle. I don't see it getting much past the 146 area. I could be wrong. She looks very bullish. You could say that. You broke out of that channel, and there's your wick. I'm going to put you right on top of that wick, and we saw that we got just a little above it. There's our channel idea, if you ask my personal opinion on it. And technically our midline would be in the middle, but I'm just going to lay it down here where all these other guys are and look for that area. So that's kind of how I'm looking at this guy. And sorry, we got something we got to do. We got to do this for the algorithm. When we do something, I mean, the question is, well, where's a target to hit for this thing? It's just going straight up. Where's she going to bump her head? Well, we called it with the magic of the Fibonacci. Hey, we just copy this little guy. Nailed it! And post him over here into our trading community, which is free, by the way. I like to put this over into the vanity wall because it's a vanity play. Hey, congratulations, David P. Dave P, look at that, 72% gains right there. Dave P. Wow, what was you 19x? Got in at 25 average. He could have got in earlier and added to his position or something like that. That changes on leverage, just to make that clear. Some people might not realize that. 25.5 cents and got out at full 1 penny up in 19x. Got him 72% return on that. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. We got to give him a clappy clap. All right, so we did what we needed to do there. Now I want to come down to 4 hour and see, are you, man, you looking kind of good. You looking kind of strong. They always look nice and strong before they don't. Just saying. She is at a point of resistance. She is doing the little curvy curve thing, so you got to be a little cautious here. Will she break out? If she does break out, you're looking for double the price, basically, if that were to happen. You'd be looking at a measure move that could be taking us up to about 243. So that would be the bullish scenario. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll put you up there. Mark that as a measure move. Now, if we do start getting a pullback, then I'm going to be looking for certain fib areas, and this will be invalidated if we go any higher. Can't get higher than that 151 area that we hit. But I would honestly be looking about 108 in this area. This 0.382 Fibonacci area would be one of the first areas I would look, knowing that we could even come lower to 94. But I'd be looking to see how price reacts here at 108 if we do get rejected from there for meme core. I'm going to move over to, I don't just always go over meme coins or anything. I go over a lot of stuff, but a lot of you guys do play meme coins, and I got some plays too. Pump.fun here. Oh, look, did we nail it? Did we nail it again? We nailed it. What the hell's going on over here? What are you doing? What are you copying? I'm not trying to copy anything. Stop it. My computer's doing something crazy over there. All right, so this is the 4 hour. Oh, I remember. Do I remember that? She had this trend line. She lost that trend line. Then she started riding underneath that trend line, which is typically you sometimes you see them come up and then they give it up. You just changed the whole script. That's still, trend line is still the resistance that we're finding right there. Now there's several other ways that we could look at it now. This would be our new trend line. And it looks as though we've got this for our channel. I'm taking it to this candle body over there. So I'll put my old ideas on a dotted line there. You got this new trend line that's going on right there. You could say we're in a kind of a rising wedge. We're in rising channels, and it's got different levels on it. I think that's all we did. We just bumped down a level and still kept it going. But we're basically in this big channel where the big thick white things are. Made a higher high. Looks like we are at an 886 Fibonacci. No, you're at a 0.5 Fibonacci area. So there's a good chance this one could. This is a great place to take profits. I'll put it that way. She could be pulling back, retest this area over here at 0.004. She could be pulling back. Even if she goes up higher, I'd still be looking for a pullback around that area, and then maybe continue. But it's kind of cool because if you do zoom out and we take this Fibonacci off so we can see what's going on, maybe get rid of these lines that we don't need anymore. But we got a nice double bottom that is trying to confirm here. So this little line that I just drew right here is the big double bottom. That's kind of your retest area, and it can come below that. I'm still going to put it over here. Don't need you as much anymore. But you got a nice possible double bottom confirming here. Measure move from this alone takes us right over here to these areas, right around 0.006. That would mean that from where we are up to there, it's about another 40%. That would be just a little over the 372, between the 372 and 886 Fibonacci pivot reversal areas that we'd be looking for going higher. So things are looking kind of good for pump. It's at a great place to get paid, that's all I'm saying. If you're in it, and she may even go higher. She looks kind of cool, looks kind of strong. She may do it. But she can easily double top over here and come back down in this channel and then go for it. So if you didn't take any profits, if you're not taking profits here, you might see 15% given up, and that's just on spot. Now, if you got 5x leverage, that could be a lot of downside. So it could put you in a situation you may not want to be in. So there we go. Here's another one. This is Zcash. It's been doing kind of cool. You mean that Boomer coin? And Boomer coin seems to get a lot of attention early on in this altcoin season. I think I'm going to look. Where can I find a good chart of you? Why are they all down here? I'm going to look on KuCoin, I think, right here. All right, this is Zcash. Let's look on the daily. Zcash. Crazy coin. They got up to $374 in 2021 and then $300 in 2021. From the prices that it was currently at now, it accumulated down here around $31 and through there. Hung out around 65, 70 for quite a while. And that 80 area was a support for a long time. It visited that several times. That's a pretty gosh darn good range. Man, if she could just get to $243 right here, somewhere in that area from where we are now, Daddy be very happy. Daddy getting him a bag of this, been building a bag of this from a tiny bag to it's a growing bag. And as long as she stays down here, I can keep building it. But at some point I want it to go up so I can sell for more. That's 483% gains up there. Nice. Okay, so what are you doing here on the short term? What's going on? Moving averages are looking kind of nice. They're starting to shape up. She's making a nice rounded bottom. She's already done the butt crack right there, so we got that out of the way. Those were the two times we pumped up to $76 from these areas, about $28, $30. Not bad, huh? Yeah, it gives you the money you can watch that collateral go up, sell, and then buy it cheaper and build them bags up. But she's in a nice rounded shape. You know, these rounded bottoms have a way of paying the bills. I'm going to go from swing high to swing low. She's already cleared the, man, I should have bought more when it was $35. We already, yeah, we left that train station. Looks like we're testing out 58 and 67. It's going to be the most notable targets I'll be looking for. I don't know if I would necessarily take profits there, but I mean, it could double, it could get rejected here and come back down a little bit to 45. So it's not bad to nibble a little bit, in my personal opinion. But a healthier payday, I think, is right over here, about $67. Not bad. Zcash. Zcash. I think one thing that's interesting about Zcash, and I'm just going to bring it up over here, or ZEC, let's find a little bit about it. It's at 41.28 right now. Market cap is 668. That's a smallish market cap. It's not quite. It's almost. I don't even know if it would be mid cap by today's standard, because these market caps are growing as more money is spread out through all this. So, but that used to be, you know, the small to about mid, just now breaking into mid-level market caps right there. And meaning that it's got a lot of growth that it can still do. It's got a maximum supply of 21 million, and that's one of the reasons why I like it. It's a kind of a privacy play also. Total supply is 16 million, so it's following Bitcoin. And what are you? Were you a 4? Zcash is decentralized cryptocurrency focusing on privacy and anonymity. It uses the Zcash NARC zero-knowledge proof of technology that allows nodes on the network to verify transactions without revealing any sensitive information about the transactions. And contrary to common misunderstanding, the majority of cryptocurrencies on the market, including Bitcoin, are not anonymous, but rather pseudo-anonymous. And so Zcash came to try to help that. It did. Its all-time high was, 9 years ago? You were around in 2016? Do I remember you? I wasn't paying attention to you back then. You were $5,900? 9 years ago, that was your all-time high? Oh my gosh. All-time low was a year ago. It got down as low as $15. Zcash has been a good play for me this time. I got to ride that up and buy more on the down when it came back down. I think it can get up to 100, 150. And we got a target at 126 right there. I think it's got some... It's my play. It doesn't have to be your play, but if I were just kind of eyeballing this little guy and just speculating and drawing some trend lines, I just know that wherever we meet against this one, we will probably bump our heads, but it does open the door to as high as 243 on this one. Interesting. You want to take a look at Polygon very quickly. Look at it here on Coinbase. We looked at it recently, and she's trying to do a double bottom here, and looks like she's at where she could finally confirm it. It's like a triple W bottom, a triple W, a triple W. She got those little little skin tag hanging here. Wait a minute, we got 2 roundies and a pointy. I can't figure out its pronouns. I'm sorry. I was going to tell you, but I can't tell anymore. Anyway, she seems to be deviating from these trend lines and trying to go higher. I guess you could say we've confirmed that little double bottom right there. Might have to come back and retest. It looks kind of similar to some other things. We're seeing some other coins do the same thing. Measure move takes us up around 38 cents for Matic. That would be great. She's at 28 cents right now. It's a lot better than being at 18 cents. So, hey, making some progress there. Nice bombing pattern that we're trying to get up above. So things are starting to look a little bit better for Matic. That's the daily. On the 4 hour, how are you looking over here? Let's get our indices up here. 4 hour has got a green dot that is just now printing. So there you go. Meaning there might be a trade here to be taken. To find that trade, I mean, I want to look at it here, right? What we got here on the 4 hour? We got one line, and then we got a couple of touches right here. Okay. It's close to that, so for me, that does make a pretty good entry. However, some people will be wanting to wait till it gets past a certain area, 20, 28 something, maybe even 30 cents before they get in to see that we're actually going up. The only problem that I would have with that is that they also got a trend line there too, and yeah, it could just go up that far and then come back down. Sometimes they do that. But looks like, okay, let's see. Do you have a setup? That's buying high to sell higher, so it's a little bit of a risky setup if you're buying toward the top area. This is where a lot of the flags to the upside. I mean, how many you could have been putting flags all around through here, but you can make an argument for it. And oh my God, you're not going to do that, are you? You could also make an argument. She's trying. This is a 50-minute time frame. Look her make a shoulder, head and shoulder. She can. She could. It could. It could, but as long as it respects this trend line, you would not be caught up in that, right? Let's say if it did make, oh man, it's gonna make a head and shoulders. Well, the trend line tells you, well, this ain't playing out. Something else is going on here, and it could do that, and then it gets to. Oh, the beauty of it. All right. So that's looking all right. QDOM is looking a little bit more interesting right now. It's at 278. I'm not in this one. Let's follow it a little bit. She's been moving recently. I'm going to zoom out to the daily here. So she's still in a nice bottom range here. I've got targets over here at 406 and 407. We're at 278 right now, but just looking at this one, zooming out a little bit, I'll pull our fibs from here at $19. It was at $19 in last cycle. And sadly, ever since that, has not really touched the 236 Fibonacci area, except for the high it made a year and a half ago, and then back in December. So that $5.86 area, that's a doozy. That's a doozy. So local targets, I'll be looking about $4, 407, 416, and then maybe about $6. It's gotta complete these patterns. And gosh, as far as we are in the cycle, you're like, man, shouldn't we be further along on these? Hard to think that we could squeeze this into another 6 months, not to mention the Apostle only 4 months. But you got a lot of trucking to do, confirm these patterns and get up to these areas if you're going to do it. I'd like to see you get back to $10. Altcoins just seem like they're behind, don't they? Here's one of those. Let's take a look. Well, let's take a look at this one. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Look at it on Coinbase. How you doing, Ethereum? You coming back down a little bit of a retrace. Look, we nailed the targets. 236 Fibonacci, 127 Fibonacci's right up there at $4,900, and now we just get a pullback. Let's get these guys off of here. And so pulling ETH here on the daily, swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. This red line, or this white line that we've got as the, that's a nice little pattern right there. That's a right angle descending broadening pattern if you want to go with the nerdy aspect. But these little guys have a 64% chance to break up, and this one did. And now the best place that it could find some supports at this 236 Fibonacci, which ironically happens to be the top of that. If by chance we can get that bounce there, there is a crazy ass measure move that doesn't happen instantly. It does have to work its way up there. But that AB equals CD pattern that we may be forming here, at one of the most bullish levels. It's rare that this happens, but we got some confluence with that trend line, that support line right here, that it might hold there. Any other idea we have is breaking down this pattern. I normally look for 3,600, but if we break back into the pattern, it could be bringing us back down places we might not want to be talking about right now. The trend line that we first started out with and left suggests that if we were to drop straight down, we might come down as far as $3,200 area. That's possible. That's possible. I don't want to see that happen. It could. So we could be making an M top with a higher high and eventually, confirming an M pattern, come down. Or we could be working our way up because we haven't broke that trend line yet. And that is at 41.25, right at the area that I think we could bounce from. So I see a chance for Ethereum to come down and bounce here, not actually making a confirming M pattern, and then shoot up like it's on fire. That would be the bullish scenario I'll be looking for, and we'll see what happens there. 50 moving average. We got all the setups right there for that to happen. If for some reason we get bearish through mid-September, then we might be looking as low as this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come back to the chat real quick, see what you guys are over to. Looks like we got J Violet in the house. How's it going, J Violet? Good to see ya. And MG Motorsport, how's it going? MG Motorsport says, hey, I'm finally in profit with my small bag of pump. Hey, congratulations, my man. Ryan says, I can't wait for altcoin season, yet for no other reason than to get rid of all these damn coins I have and consolidate. I feel you on that, brother. I do. I'm not going to let my DGen off the leash next cycle to get into all these little altcoins. The thing that I did do right was to go heavy on Bitcoin early on in the bear market, or at the bottom of the bear market. But the stupid thing I did was actually start accumulating altcoins at that time. I will not make that mistake next cycle. I will wait till about this time, after we get the big ass dumps and fear in the market, because it seems we've seen these keep rolling back over, right? Dutchy says altcoin season is a myth, just like the Loch Ness monster. Thank you so much, Jay Violet. I appreciate that.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
We were doing good. We were doing so good. What happened? Okay. Just knock. All right, let's take a look at the request that we had, which is for Peak. Peak. Well, this is one that got really hyped up, and it was chased. Like a new coin, when they come out, everybody's talking about them, right? And everybody's saying, I'll take a chance on it. I'll buy some here. And yeah, that's something to do, but I just don't like it. I don't like it when and World Liberty Finance, another one recently, or even the Trump meme coin, they come out, they get all the excitement, and that's right. I mean, that's playing into the hands of what the VCs behind them want us to do, to be their exit liquidity. And I think that's the same thing that happened with Peak. It was up at 70. Well, it didn't start out there, but I don't know what happened on the first candles over here, but it's up at 60 cents. But she was down at 22 and went all the way to 70 and all this and everything. And of course, you got your flags to the upside guys and everything. And maybe, you know, there would have been a 50%. I'd be looking for higher targets, but also be looking for your 786 and 886s right there, right? If you don't make it past those guys, you don't get to go to the Valhalla area over here, the upper room. You don't get to go to the attic unless you get past those guys, and they usually always have something to say. So we try to work with that in our fib strategies, right? Anyway, she came all the way back down here and just it just has been going lower and lower. Seems like, feels like. I got a bag of this and I've been trying to add to it down here and hope that it'll do something. Let's take a look at Peak real quick. I want to see the tokenomics again. Remind me, why am I in you again? Was it the hype? Did the hype get me in? I look at my average entry price and I'm like, oh really? 67 million market cap, tiny market cap still. This is supposed to be a real world asset play. Now it's got a total supply of 4.3 billion and 4.3 billion. Man, all you gotta have to do is just get anywhere close to 420 and John's just going up. I fell right into that. I fell right into that. Sucker! Shut up, Sean. Alright, anyway, what's Boost? Boost, give Peak a what? What the hell is that? Boost visibility, raise the trending score, and unlock the golden ticker for Peak. Oh wow, you mean I can pay you $99 and you'll boost this thing up? What the hell is this? CoinMarketCap, your start. That was the first scammy vibe I ever got from CoinMarketCap. I didn't like that at all. Anyway, this one, all-time high on this one, 75 cents. That was 9 months ago. All-time lows, half a penny, which was 5 cents, which was a month ago. So it is up from its lows there. Man, I would like to see you get back to 75 cents. You've got, what was it, 400 billion, and the circulating supply is 1 billion. So there's still some to be unlocked, and I don't know if it tells us the schedule over here. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. But Peak is a layer 1 blockchain powering machine economy designed to power decentralized physical infrastructure network, DPINs. That niche got its narrative, you know, the narrative goes hot and then it doesn't. So cool. Let's go check it out. Check out the chart over here. This is on the daily. Let's see what our indicators are saying over here. Stochastics are getting into a good place. Start looking for bounces. Momentum is not quite where she's at to turn around, but she's thinking about it. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost getting around to turnaround point. I'm just going to clear all this off. And I'm going to use my fibs here. Where did you go to, though? Let me do a few little things here. You did that, though. I would hope not, but that's an idea. I would seriously hope not. All right, that's one idea. Here is another. And we're at the 272 area, which we're losing. I mean, this is normally a place I look for a bottom, but we're starting to lose it a little bit. If we drop 0.0047 is the first place that I'm going to look. There is a chance that there's a 0.002 if we get any kind of really bearish sentiment going into the market. What I'd really like to see is for it to reclaim that 127, though. She's got some bullish divergence forming on the RSI and the momentum waves. The daily suggests that it's getting close to finding a bottom. She's not made any lower lows from here, and actually she's making higher lows from the very bottom wick there. So we do have a trend line here that's trying to hold, and it could be making a possible triple bottom pattern here. So I'm not going to let this scare me too much for these bottom prices just yet. I'm more concerned about watching it recover this area right now. It's trying. It's got a lot of work to do, but that's the first thing that I want to look for. I would love to see that happen. It doesn't have to. It could easily roll over, but you can also see that it is trying to make a nice little shape there. So I'd like to see it get back up around 7 cents in that area. So let's see that. Ask for this one again if you don't mind, and we'll try to keep up with this one. But I would like to see it try to make a triple bottom kind of shape. Some people are quick to call them head and shoulders, but that's not technically it. So I just tried to call it what it is, but a bottom pattern. And let's take a look at Jasmine. 26 people hanging out. Thank you for being here. This is Jasmine on Binance. How are you looking, Jasmine? Let's see, we had this little guy going over. I'm going to go ahead and extend you because you are resistance. What are you doing? Let's zoom out. That's a crappy looking trend line. Okay, we're going to... Turkey getting tired. Well, that was the original trend line though, from these touches there. That's why I'm going to go ahead. And you're losing it again, huh? Have you got something over here? I go from bodies to bodies. I got that. If I go from wicks to wicks, I don't usually do this because, well, a lot of times the bodies to bodies seem to work better. Wicks are kind of outliers, but the wicks say, hey man, maybe down here, 1.2 cents. If we continue going lower, and we might. I'd be looking at you, yeah, 0.013. See if we can catch there. It's kind of been stair-stepping up, so it might just catch here on the 618, and we might be trying to come back up to 0.002 there. A little concerned in losing that trend line, but we lost it many times before and regain it, so she has a habit of doing that little sneaky move. And I really like our 236 area. If we can ever get past it, that would be awesome. What is that, 0.024? We'll keep our eye on that idea. So she may just be in accumulation here. That's what we're hoping for. Checking out the moving averages. Hadn't got a bearish cross yet on the bigger one. Doesn't mean it can happen, but finding some support could help us straighten that out. So keep our eye on it. She's in an iffy position here. The worst thing, and let's just rip the band-aid off, if we are doing a bigger butt crack, some kind of harmonic ass pattern. For real? You already hit your 886? Wow, you're not a harmonic pattern. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so this bottom it got is an 886 fib area. This should actually... Let's let it have some breathing room and see what she's got here. And I see a red dot that's just printed over here on market cipher, but it could easily print another green dot. As a matter of fact, right before it printed that red one, it had a green one, so we could be playing the red dot, green dot over here as we curve around. So just like we did over here. We did it a few times over here. Stochastics buried where they can turn up and go, so I like that idea. Your MACD is trying to curve around a little bit. She's starting to show some lighter bars there, but the RSI, what are you doing? You just lost that area. All right, yeah, we got to give this one a little bit of breathing room. 4 hours got a green dot. So 4 hour looks like she's trying to move for us. So let's see if it can come back up and retest the bottom of this trend line. I'd like to see it get back into it. That's what we need to see actually happen on this move if we can get it. 4 hour looks like she is trying to do something. So we got something happened. She's trying to move here. So some of the coins are looking a little promising, and some of them are looking a little hurt. And again, when we take a look at total 3, it helps guide us, or even the others chart. Let's take a look at the others chart. That's a really good one for our altcoins. See if I can tune you in a little bit better there. Oh, you. All right, well that takes us to 2 touch points, and we keep the angle. So I just lowered the line there, gave it a little bit of breathing room. This line I like, and we can take it from over here to there. This is what I see is happening. This is what I look for anyway. So we got this nice big ass trend line starting over here, right? I want to make her big so we can see it nice and big. And it looks like we were coming back for a retest of that, and we could be. 200 moving averages there to lend some support. Our 100 moving average is still above it, 50 is above it. It can catch some support here. Let's come down to the 1 hour, and now we'll see what it what it can tell us. Do you have anything going on over here? Are you looking frisky? She's trying to look frisky. She needs to take out this high, which is just a few pennies higher. That should be happening soon if we want to see it. We've got several candles lining up at an angle there. Would it, if I take a pull from this candle body over here, will that angle match up with that? Oh my god. Oh my god, it does. That's so crazy. That's easy is what it is. And we just take that line. I won't distort it by stretching it out and everything. I'm just going to lay it right on top of these candles over here. And if I just go straight up and just pop me a little price tag over there, it says if we go straight up, we bump our head at 309. And I don't know, I just get in the habit. I'm a fib person, so I like my fibs. My fibs tell me things that nothing else does sometimes, and sometimes a little quicker and easier. And there are a few key areas I do like to look for. Here, 382. And I do like these 2 areas right here. Alright, it sounds crazy until that one day when we come back and it actually is making higher highs and higher lows and makes a higher high and we get, found it! That's what we're hoping for. No promises, but breaking out, retested this trend line idea, and then based on an AB equals CD move from here, looks like we could be doing that, so that's what I'm going with. Oh, this is this is others, right? So others should be starting to look kind of good for this weekend. I mean, it can be shaky over the weekend. Don't get that twisted. We got stuff that we can get up and down through here. But this is a 1 hour time frame, isn't it? Yeah, maybe this weekend will be kind of cool. Maybe they will try to get people to chase the altcoins this weekend. Tomorrow will be a good day to start kicking that off. So I would expect to see some movement out of altcoins tonight and into tomorrow, because I think they'll try to get us to chase a little bit on Friday. The other option is for them to start dumping us, and they did that last week, the last couple of weeks. So time to switch it up. I want to take a look at WLFI. That's what everybody's been chasing lately. And I remember it was like 26 cents, and I think it's 21 cents, and now it's like, what, 17 or something? Oh, 18 now. Oh, we got to come up a little bit. And yeah. So this project is now worth mega billions of dollars, and people got paid at 47 cents and below right there. It's just like, it's going to get listed. Payday. We're selling. Everybody's in it before, just sold off, right? Alex, would you explain it? So would this turn into anything? They say, well, it's got too gosh darn many billions of coins for me, but I do have a little small play on this little guy. Very tiny play, which is now underwater a little bit. Not very much underwater because I didn't go crazy on it. Because I learned my lesson from this stuff a while back. And if you pay attention to even some of your bigger name gurus out there, you will see them. I mean, I think when something like this comes out, they throw some in there and just see how it's going to do. That's okay. Until later on, they start talking like how stupid it is to do something like that. They would never do something like that. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, I'm just going off. She doesn't look too happy, does she? I gotta say, some candle bodies. Just draw a trend line there, and I need to get that breakout. Needs to get that breakout. Until we get that breakout, I just gotta view it as being in a channel idea. And oh man, I don't want to see her come down to 12 cents, but she doesn't start breaking to the upside here, regain that 9 moving average, you might start doing that. Let's come over to the 1 hour and see if she's looking frisky over here. I don't see it yet. It's trying. 9 across the 21. This cloud does not look convincing at all for me. Nor does this money flow in the red, but we'll see. Yay, World Liberty! I'm sure in time it will do fine and start gaining some ground, but let's take a look at this over here. What's the current stats on World Liberty Finance? Everybody's waiting for this thing to hit for so long. World Liberty Financial. So it is down. I thought I heard at one point it was up about 50 million. It's at 4.5 billion. You know how long coins wait to get that kind of market cap? Because there are a lot of people buying this thing early. Total supply is 100 billion. Oh my God. You got a circulating supply of 24 billion of these coins. They wonder why she's dropping. These are coins that have all the zeros, people. These are coins that have like 5 zeros in front of them for any other coin. You're going to have to bring a lot more money in here, and you better not be unlocking this crap. You're going to have to burn. What the hell? I don't like the tokenomics of it at all. I don't think a lot of other people like it either. I've never seen their website. Where DeFi meets TradFi. Unlock it and start trading, huh? They got USD1 dollar stable coin upgraded for a new era of finance. And this is just a governance coin. This is just a damn governance coin. Community governed. It was just a shiny bell and whistle for people to get onto. It was by Trump. And all right. ENA has been having a hard time. She had a nice drop from 73 cents all the way down to 65 here. She's at there should be a 382 fib. From which direction? Elliot's target one. Oh, we put Elliot's targets over here. Elliot, you still got that? Oh, Elliot still got his target. Elliot thinks that we're on a 3, a 4. This is the 4 wave. And then we come up for the 5th wave at 95 cents and at 119. That's what Elliot thinks. I think we broke a trend line, and that kind of puts us in danger. And then when I drop my fibs, this doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know where that one came from. I got to do it different now. That's our 236. This is our 382. I'd be looking for this area right here, honestly. At least. Was it 58 cents? I mean, still get a good move from there, but Elliot seems to think, for whatever reason, that, hey man, we might be getting ready to bounce at any time and go up there. And I gotta say, you know, sometimes Elliot is right. When you look on the weekly chart for Bitcoin over here, are you still at bullish AF as you were, Elliot? Can I get one that's, yeah, see, when you put that over here on the bigger, on the weekly time frame, Elliot, well, he's a little confused. He's still saying we can come down, but still looking for a 5th wave to come. One more big push up. One more big push up. So this is the weekly Bitcoin chart. And that was from here at the 4. So here we could be still coming to a correction, but as long as this is the 4, we'll make a higher low and still pop up to these number 5 areas at 141, 183, and you got 251,000. That's what Elliot says. You know, sometimes I think Elliot has a drinking problem, but we try not to talk about it too much in public. Still, one thing to point out on the weekly Bitcoin chart, and why I am still bearish, and I'm cautiously bearish on Bitcoin. I mean, I'm trying to de-risk as we go up. I'm not expecting a new all-time high. I'm expecting us to go up and possibly come down lower, is because we lost the weekly MACD again. And every time before that we do that, you kind of wish that you'd taken action either before the cross happened or after the cross happened and we had a little relief rally. I'm looking at the relief rally. And if this is true, if we do see lower lows because of this over the next 6 to 8 weeks, because it could take that long. This is last time it crossed bearish right here. We went down for quite a few weeks. It wasn't fun. That's when we went down to 75,000. If that happens again, well, these altcoins that everybody's chasing for this altcoin season, they're going to get totally decimated. So your boy's getting paid as we go up, or doing his best to try to do it. Just a safeguard for some of these things. Might be something to look into. Idea. Cubic. I like this one. She does a little. She's just coming back for a pullback. And again, Bitcoin dominance is a big one to watch for your altcoins too, right? We're just trying to go up right now, so it's not being good for our altcoins, but when you see it get to a pivot area, meaning a place where it can turn around, some resistance area, and it starts getting weak, and then altcoins can start looking juicy again. As long as Bitcoin hangs sideways or it goes down. Cubic, what are you doing over here on the 4 hour? You're at the support area. You got the green dot. Ichimoku Cloud said it's kind of making me doubt if it's going to hold. We got some bearish crosses on these moving averages. Are some of these guys going to cross too? Are you working on like a deep ass ABC correction here? Why, yes. Yes, you are, according to Elliot. Could be it. Could go lower. It could go up. It could go down. It could go sideways. You're so much help, Elliot. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Go have another drink over there, Elliot. Whatever that is that you do. That's the one we lost, and you can take a measured move. No, I don't think that they're always that accurate for these. But it suggests that we come down to retest the bottom trend line we got. Alright, well, if that happens, that kind of sucks. That's at 0.17 when we're at point. That's not too bad, but I don't want to see it happen. However, Whether it bounces there or bounces a little early, because that can happen too. Remember, if we are going parabolic on this particular, especially when you see a pattern like this, the opening broadening pattern. Yeah, I do want to entertain it getting not quite down to that red line. So I'm looking for the 0786 fib. Oh crap, you're the same area. Well, I guess we're headed there then, if we can't bounce from here. We're at a 618 area, also retesting a 236 fib area. It's a great place where it can bounce to, so we can watch it right where we're at right now. But there is a target just a little bit lower. Come down to the 1 hour to see if we're getting any traction over here, and the indicator suggests that we are trying to. All right, well, as long as you're trying, I will be in your corner. So we need to see it take out these highs, and then that idea will probably play out, or a better chance of it. Break a trend line would be a good first start there. Let's keep our track that one. Either we can break out from here, or we got this area down here to look for. Since she's wanting to try to break out, hey man, I'll root for you, baby. I'll root for you. Got a lot of resistance up here at that 22 area though. Take a look at this boomer coin right here called Bitcoin Cash, and I'll look at it on shoot, let's go with these futures over here. It's $592, recently up at 604. I know it sounds crazy because it was down to 532. Shucks, it was down to 264 there for the longest. Now I wonder, and I'm digging around trying to find some information. They're trying to, they're trying to make some improvements over here and get some smart contracts going and things like that, game plan. But oh, nice bear trap, nice breakout, nice retest of that trend line. It's like we look at something else that did that, or maybe did we already look at this? There's one target at $1,000. Sounds crazy, I know, but 686 is also 689, that area. Where if we're going to come out and knock out this high, I can see us doing that. Knock out this high over here, I'll be looking for about 860 if we can do it. Looking pretty cool right now. Let's come down to the 4 hour. How you looking? Crazy boomer coins are popping, right? But that's what happens when that's part of the money flow for altcoin season. Whether we actually get into full-blown altcoin season, we're in phase, pretty much we're right around phase 3 now. We're seeing the money coming out of Ethereum and rolling over into some of the bigger altcoins. Strangely enough, Bitcoin Cash seems to be one of them, for whatever reason. And also Litecoin, go figure. Litecoin's at $111 right now. Got some bigger targets over there, 167, 179. I might want to just kind of take a fresh look at this one. This things have been on here for a minute. Let's get our basic ground rules going here. Haven't even made it there, so that's our first target. Get out of the, man, I wish I bought Litecoin when it was under $157. That sounds crazy right now, but if the strategy works, and it usually does, where we get out of this zone, then it's like, man, I wish I'd bought more at 157 because it's at 244 right now. It could be, so we got that. We can scale this little guy down. Boom, I'll bring you to right over here. I'm doing the gosh darn same thing. I'm looking at that 236, baby. That's where we bumped our head on. Isn't that crazy how that works? I don't think we need to come down any further there. We got something different happening with this guy. And that was 886, 786. You making lower highs there, baby. You're making some lower highs there. What's up with that? You trying to make a lower low on us again? Or are you trying to come back down to this area over here? Is you? All right, well, I'm going to pull my fib and see what my retracements look like. And for this move, it's a little different from the other moves. I'm pulling from swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. You have to say the incantation and hold your tongue a certain way You gotta put it right behind, you know, your eye teeth when you say that, and then it kind of kicks in. I like it. I like what you're doing here. That's strong. That's strong. I just don't know if you're going to hold it. So a nice little 0.5 fib might be in order here. Nice impulse move. Come back halfway. Might be doing that. Of course, you can also make an argument. She's trying to bounce here right off the top of the 386, which is also the top here. I'm for it if it wants to do it. I'm just saying, man. She's. Oh snap. Okay. Okay, now I like that idea. I was about to say we lost a trend line. That's what it looked like. But when I actually draw it, like, no, we are the trend line. That's cool. If you do that, you've got some damn good targets. You got a 618 target on you. We're looking at the 414 and 618s. That's pretty amazing. Okay, I'll go with that. I'll play that idea. If we are going to make higher highs, I'll look for that. Are we talking about Litecoin? Oh, I forgot what coin I was talking about. Yeah, it's Litecoin. Wow. All right, let me get let me get some more other target. We'll go with this 886 right here. If she's stair-stepping up on these higher highs, there is a lot of resistance. Look over to the left. That's where she topped out. Wicks right there. Right to it. Right there. A couple of times. 138 area is going to be some stiffy resistance. A lot of people would probably think she's making a head and shoulders. Could be, but she hasn't yet. So we gotta wait and see. But my downside target, the first area I'm looking for is 99. So Altcoin looking a little better than I think. Higher highs, higher lows until it changes. Anything changes, trend lines get broken. She's deviating. You can make an argument that she's going parabolico. Sounds crazy right now. You know, we look for 5 stages on this, and I at least look for 3 little humps before we do dump. And I think we got at least one more hump out of this. Litecoin's actually looking kind of good. What are you looking like over here on these big ass indicators? 4 hours got the green dot. Seen several of these coins with the green dot on the 4 hour, making me think we're trying to do something here. Smaller time frame. Do you have a breakout retest? Oh, nice! Snap! Litecoin looking kind of sexy. I might have to take a futures order on this little guy. Might do that. 24 people hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being here. I think I still got more coins on my list, but I think I'm about done. Let me come over and see what you guys are talking about. Time is on discount. Let's take a look at it, Stringer. Wish time would. This one has bored me up today. I got some of this. It's on a wallet, and I'm just sitting there waiting for it to do something like I've been doing for, feels like damn near 3 years. Just to be honest with you, it feels like damn near 3 years. It's just been sitting there. 11, are we coming? Oh, man. When was this? It was... Because it sits on my wallet, not on the exchange, I don't have a limit order to take advantage of those little pumps, and I was wanting to do that. I missed it. That's how I keep my bag of time, Chronotech. It's only got, I mean, the tokenomics looked awesome. Here was why Chronotech, but it hasn't played out good. I mean, maybe we hope that it will, but I think it's a forgotten project, not really getting used. But I mean, the tokenomics look good. Or they look decent. I mean, check this out. Chronotech. $8 billion market cap now. Tiny market cap. It's got 710,000. Yeah, that's it. 710,000. That's it. Not billions, not even millions. 710,000. And I'm so disappointed in this one. Now, this one sounds like it's got a cool thing. Blockchain HR software solutions. Sounds nerdy AF, but it's not catching on. Fintech company focused on HR solutions for business, and they got a LaborX thing, recruitment platform, TimeX, an exchange. It's your payment X. Oh, now they got audit. Is a fiat-backed stablecoin underpin? Okay. Australian. This one's Australian, is it? But anyway, what'd you say? Completed milestones. Yeah, let's talk about what you got going on. Over the course of the last 3 years, Chronotech has planned, funded, developed, and launched a suite of blockchain and cryptocurrency-based projects designed to revolutionize the world of recruitment and HR. Was this year? September 23. I don't see anything going on. You could really update your thing and show me you've done something in 2 years. So, you know, before it's time, or just, you know, no one really there yet. Will it ever have I don't know. I don't know the answers to those questions, but I know, gosh darn it, I need you to do something, Chronotech. Besides hanging out down here. Got these bottomy areas. She did dip. Did you touch our little green box? You touched our little green box. You actually did it. You did it. You went down to $8.90 or $9. I hope you're not coming back there. I hope you're not coming back. There is a possible golden cross trying to happen. So the 50s trying to maybe cross that. Either crossing or rolling over. Actually, it looks like she wants to roll over. I hope you do not. I hope you get bullish and cross. It does have a green dot here on the daily, so let's see if we can get some price action out of this one. Oh, that looks good too. Maybe we'll get that golden cross, and maybe we'll see it go back up towards $20 again. And I don't know. I gotta make up my mind. I have to catch this one to get out at a good time. If I get out at 20 something, I'm all right. I don't know. Do I want to get out or hold it? It's been an opportunity cost, just a little bag that just slowly dwindles down, and it's not been the adventure I'd hoped that it would be. Abe says rewind. Oh, hey Dave P, how's it going? Hey, I saw your win over there. We gave you the claps for it. Good deal on that 73% gain. Just hit my PiCoin button. That one's been doing pretty decent, hasn't it? You can mine Pi for 3 through the Pi app. I never got into that. But she was hot a little while earlier. This is it, right? Pi Network? Well, I thought you were doing something today. It didn't do anything today? Where did I see that? It looked like you did something over here today, right? No? Alright, let's go down to the full hour. Pi Network. A lot of these coins have got the 4 hour popping off. And so it's good if you come down to the smaller time frame and see if you can find an entry if you're interested in making those plays. Like on this one, if I were trying to do something on Pi and seeing how we're close to a trend line, I'd be looking on the 15-minute and seeing what we got going on here. Best I can tell, we had a breakout of some channel idea right here. And we're trying to come down a little bit. Maybe. Broke a trend line. Will it? Rejection at the 200 moving average over there on the 15-minute. I mean, she's making a flag to that. If she got back above the trend line, it could happen to being that close, but when they do that, it makes me think they want to come down. Well, let's look about 34 to 35 cent in that area. See if she can get back down there. It looks like she can come down a little bit and then bounce and try to work something, and we try to get a different. Oh, here, we'll do it this way. But I'm just going to do it this way. It might make a little bit more sense that way. Could be a resistance area here coming down and then going up. You also got this idea saying, hey man, I got some really resistance. You trying to make a triangle? So you got that idea going on too. On Pi. If she breaks to the upside, well, then we're coming back around 35. Which is not very much, man. That's not even a penny up there. That's crazy. That's just 2%. I'm on the 15-minute time frame. That's like, jeez. Oh my gosh, that's not hardly anything. It's only 40 cents up here, 39 cents up there. She doesn't move very much when she moves, does she? Let's take a look at Pingu. We've been going for how long? An hour and 44 minutes. Oh, it goes by so fast. 25 people hanging out. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Higher lows here, trying to round out a little bit. Let's zoom out. That's a 1 hour. It's at 0.028. Yeah, we did lose some, huh? So we're deviating from touching the bottom of the trend line so far, trying to level out. That's called a partial decline. And one of the first things I want to look for that she's getting ready to try to actually make a run for a breakout. So I'm liking that idea. We'll carry on our little... Oh, that sucked. All right, well, I'll just draw you all over again. So a nice little curve. I don't know if I would look for that one. It could happen. It's a 618 from the pull. The 0.5 would be really the lowest I'd want to see. I'm not really looking for 618s. And the 0.5 is where you are right now, local. If we can bounce from here, it could be kind of nice. And that gives us a target about 0.066 area. So if you look at that as a flag, or look as a cup and handle, I mean, it could be a cup and handle. Since price didn't come down into it, that's one of the biggest things that I bitch about on cup and handles. And the handle has not invalidated the pattern yet. Yeah, it could be. And that, oh, I think we looked at it as that too. I think when we looked at it before, Pingu. And the measure move for the cup and handle comes from the lip. And the measure move for the cup and handle, traditional measure move for the cup and handle, not the, I can do it this way, cup and measure moves. Right around 9 cents. That'd be crazy. That'd be awesome. I'd be happy with 6 cents. Hell, I'd be happy just to break out of here and get back to 3 cents right now. Hey, do you guys remember Pith? Yeah, I pumped up to 24 cents and gave it all back. So if you didn't take profits there, you're probably thinking, man, I wish I'd taken more profits there. And you might be hearing some self-talk like, stupid. Don't be too hard on yourself. It's something that you gotta get accustomed to do it. You can't trust these altcoins when they pump, man. Especially as flooded as we are. We all looking for that big move. Keep that big bag going to big areas, but man. Pith is another big ass total token supply coin in the multiple billions, and I think it's a good idea to take profit on those when you can. It's breaking out of a big ass falling wedge pattern, just kind of going straight until we popped off. I'm still looking for 33 cents to be recovered and eventually up to about 49-50 cents, but my gosh, it takes its time, doesn't it? Give and take on Pith. Take a look at it on the daily. And what do we got happening over here on you, MACD? MACD's already crossed on the daily, so she wants to come down a little bit. So I would look for about 13 cents coming out of Pith. That's pithy. Link is also showing a little bit of weakness, finally. It was holding this area for so long. I got up 27 and we were hanging around 24, 23, just staying there. Now it's starting to lose it. Now it's starting to lose it a little bit. Looking for about 21 and a half. I don't know if we'll hit 19.4. That does line up with the bottom of this orange trend line, which now I want to make white so we can see it better. Blow it up a little bit, make it nice and thick, but Link is looking kind of interesting. This is the top of that channel where we could bump her ahead. Higher highs, higher lows. Like to see it keep the higher lows. 50 moving averages there coming in. I would go with that little guy. Let's see what can happen right there. Just draw our little arrow. Now some people might see some kind of head and shoulders pattern on the top, maybe Arya, or maybe they'll force it. Maybe not. She is in a nice expanding, broadening wedge pattern. And even if she does come down to $19, well, the top of that pattern starts getting up to some really cool areas around $34, $35. So, see what's happening with the 200 moving average. We're flirting with losing it here on the 4 hour. So we got to see, are we going to hold this area, reclaim it, or are we coming down a little bit, bouncing here, or will we come down to the trend line and possibly wick down to 19.5? I'm looking a little bit more for this guy to hold right now. See how that happens. Gator Squatch says, I think Jim Bestars wants my gems. How's it going, Gator Squatch? Gator Squatch says something is weirding you out. Maybe I need to go back through here. Let the peppy gains begin. I hope they do. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Stricker says, don't get greedy, sell that initial. It helps. All right, guys. The Ghost of Elvis would be fitting. The Ghost of Elvis. All right, let's come back and let's take a look at Caspa. How is Caspa doing, Mr. Miles? How's she doing today? Oh, 8? We're at 8 cent area. Okay, what's better than 7? Still holding the 618 fib area. That's cool. She's been flirting with breaking it, but she's regained it, so you can't trust that just yet. Hadn't made any lower lows over here past 0.8, so that's cool. I don't know if she's just trying to slowly burn her way down here. We do have a target at 7 cents in that area. I don't mean I want to see it go there. I want to take these lines off because, well, they didn't hold. So she's kind of in free fall now. I've got no trend lines to catch her. And we got this little guy. So she right now it's a descending triangle. Right, price is going into it. This is often a continuation pattern, and that means that we could be breaking up to start to recover those 11 cent areas, unless she wants to come down here. But normally there is what's the percentage on 53% chance this breaks to the upside. 53% chance. So I'm going to write that on here. .53% chance to break upward for Caspa. Just don't need to lose that support there. Keep that pattern in track. Now, when they do break down, they usually form channels, right? That could be a drop. Don't want to go through that crap again, and I don't think we will. We still got this nice little trend line. 7 cents is around the lowest I see it going, if we even get down there. Meanwhile, back on Bitcoin, we're at 111,000. Is that higher or lower from where we were earlier? Oh, I believe so. Oh, snap. Yeah, Bitcoin. I find that interesting. She got past my little trend line area, which looks makeshift over here. What are we on, the 6-minute time frame? 6-minute time frame. So take this little guy and cuts through that. I'm not crazy about that idea. But touch there, and it seems to be holding that area of support, so I'm cool with that. Market makers are out here having all kinds of fun with this little guy. Personally, I like to, we might have already done this. Where are you, 618? Okay. And short term here on this little 6-minute It's time frame, says the tired turkey. 114, and then this area here. 114.7? Is that right? 114.6, 114.7 area, and this 114 even here is that's going to be one of my targets to be shooting for, just based on where we bounced here for our higher high. So I'm kind of liking that. I want to put my little arrow there. See if we can come up and hit that. That could be a nice little bear trap idea. It's a shoddy looking channel right now, but let's just go ahead and extend it up, and yeah, you fall right in there, don't you? You fall right in there. Come and touch that little thing, baby. Knock it out. Sometimes if you do baby talk to Bitcoin, it'll respond to you. At least if you're on mushrooms anyway. I don't know about anything else, but I thought if let's say that story for another time. This is INJ. It's down at $12.50 area right now. It's feeling a little bit down on life right now at the moment. I'm hoping. Oh, well, that was interesting. We looked at this idea. A lot of people will look at head and shoulder, and take the measure move. We put the measure move. It never hit. But we were able to get a new trend line from the bottom that it did give us. So, and that trend line's holding right now. We got 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 hump, dumps. What I'm looking for, one more pump out of this one, at least on this trend line. This is the channel idea. Seems to be getting a little deviation from that idea. So there's a lot of resistance over here around $16. A lot of resistance up ahead around 23, but hey. This is our 236 Fibonacci area that we come back and are retesting, and this is the best place to buy. I wish I'd bought more when it was under $12. I need us to start going to a bigger fib level here. Hey, getting tired. Tucker's getting tired. And that area is going to be at 1742. I'd be happy to see that, see what kind of reaction we get there for a higher high. No longer looking for that $7 area, but there could be an argument for 9 or lower, but there's also an argument that we hold this trend line and bounce up there and finally take out that 17 area. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin, what the hell's it doing? Are we going to dump or are we going to pump? What's it going to be? Tomorrow comes up with our little time fib area where we got this little bottom here, and thinking, hey man, there might be a bottom happen on that day. So I'm curious, is that going to happen tomorrow? That's tomorrow. This is the 6th, where our little time cycle thing says that we should be getting a reaction. So it looks like they're trying to pump us up on that day, and it's going to do the opposite of what we might expect there. Or she might pump up and then we come down here. I don't know. But I'm curious. We got a little thing with the time cycles happening, and I just want to see how that plays out tomorrow. What I'm seeing here on the 4 hour for Bitcoin, let me get off this chart into another one, doesn't have all that. You got this big Ichimoku cloud that we're going up through, a little sliver of green. That's a good sign for me. Playing this as a channel that we're in and looking for 112, 113.5. Even higher, maybe head up to 115. I really want to see 118. And I'm looking to open up bigger shorts around this area. Well, that's what I'm looking at. And if we suddenly flip bullish, well, then I'll jump on the bull train. But we got a good chance to come up any of these areas through here and start rolling over just to hang sideways or go visit 100,000. And I do have the argument for 100,000 because, and I like to go over this every once in a while. That is our where are you at chart. This $99,000 from our swing low to swing high, our new all-time high. That is our 236 Fibonacci area. Bottom of this current trend line that we may go down to. I don't know. We could get some support where we're at, but as far as meeting our Fibonacci strategy for what we need to do, it tells me that this $99,000 could be tested again. Area could be tested again. We bounce, and then we get our big run up to around $200 if we're that lucky, fortunate. A little bit of a moon call, but if we're zooming out to look at the bigger picture of what might be playing out over a course of weeks, that's what I'm getting. And a good reason for it. When those MACDs cross on those weeklies, it takes a while before we see the end results and the turnaround from it. And you'll see a lot of people get bullish in between then finally get bearish, all bearish as AF when we finally get down to where we need to reverse it around. And they'll be calling shorts and everything else if we ever do get down there. That's just what I predict. It's just what I see happen repeatedly out here. But right now, I mean, we still can go up to 118, and when we get around 117, 115, 117, 118, taking a look at things in the market again, see, man, I will be de-risking until my weekly MACD tells me that I can go harder again. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. 25 people. I'm going to go to the end screen now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out.
I'm riding high, but fear hits. Will it jam and print? Dow creeps in, his golf swings a hint. Cons, inflation's eating my burger stash. Crypto moon or a total crash. Bonanza, watch the crypto soar. Gains go wild, can't ask for more. Oh, Jerome's magic, but the fear's a bore. Bonanza, cash galore. Oh, dreaming of a yacht, champagne on deck. Hopes of riches, no need to check. Pros, liquidity flooding the game. Powell's Inc. I'm calling my fame, but scared of a bubble. Pop goes a dream. Doubt of Jerome's print is part of the scheme. Cons, dollars dropping, prices spike. Crypto's high, but is it?
I'm not showing my pecker. I'm not showing my pecker on YouTube. Or my feathers. I'm just saying, no feathers or peckers. It's not that kind of YouTube channel. Well, unless you're getting the paid group. I feel like I interrupted a bed or something. Champagne supernova. Oh, that was a good movie. I like that one. I just remember liking it. I can't remember much about it. I just remember, oh, that was kind of cool. Take that back, Mr. Miles. Turkeys, chickens can't do that. Damn.
Guru's words echo, but they ring so hollow. News might break, or it's just a swallow.
Man, real turkeys look like aliens if you get up on their faces because they got blue skin and red skin and man, they're crazy looking. They have blue skin. I've seen them with blue skin. It's freaky.
Confusion reigns, sweat on my brow. Is it topping out or crashing now? All coins tremble, I'm sweating the cold. Save the bag or let it fall.
Supposedly over on Target, they were selling jogging pants that had a coin slot in the front. It looked weird. I don't know what they call it though.
Tricks they pull, a dirty game.
I don't see them.
Make us laugh, no shame. I'm pissed and ready to go off the rail. Why is it always a coin flip fail? Confusion reigns, sweat on my brow. Is it topping out or crashing now? All coins tremble, I'm sweating the cold. Save the bag or let it fall.
Nice little deviations going on here. Bitcoin's trying to move. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, hope you guys are out here getting paid. Get ready for this weekend. Tomorrow should give us a decent feel of what direction they're trying to take it, I think. See you on the next one. Good night, John boy.